Even the end of time doesn't stop the galaxy hole. Or in this case, the end of the time. Yes, that's right. This is Galaxy Warrior End of the Time. This bootleg set didn't want that silly long name that the series they're ripping off was called, so they just called it The Time. And yes, I'm glad this means we can compare Broccoli Head next to a bootleg Broccoli Head. Why did this happen? The artwork is a little simple looking, but it's not that bad. However, it's just of some weird generic knight dude who really looks silly next to Broccoli Head. I think my favorite detail on the card though is this tiny dragon yelling at the figure in the corner. And every time you think you've seen the silliest name one of these Galaxy Hole lines is going to offer you, you get to the end of the time. Yeah, it's fully posable and all that silliness. So up in the top right corner, along with the CE logo, we've got a marking for Sandy. That name is a little generic and might have been kind of hard to find much on, but luckily the back of the card let me know that this Sandy company was based out of France. So I looked them up and guess what? They still exist and they have an operational website, and looking through it is like going down the aisles of a dollar store. They've just got a whole bunch of really cheap kids crap, including some My Little Pony knockoffs and Barbie knockoffs, which are really a staple of any dollar store. So yeah, of course this means End of the Time was distributed in France and Fabrique en Chine. That means made in China. I know, that would have been really hard to follow. While our End of the Time Broccoli Head comes with a couple End of Time The Last Battle bootleg accessories, he's also got a couple of accessories bootlegged from classic Galaxy Warriors. So let's get ready to be blown away as End of Time becomes End of the Time. So here's bootleg Broccoli Head off his card. And you can see he's just got a little bit of plastic overrun going on his hand. Guess we'll have to try and break that to get him to hold his axe. Wow, you did it, Broccoli Head. You're so cool. They apparently put tape on Broccoli Head's head to keep his helmet on in the package. Cool. And the tape doesn't want to come off cleanly, so that's also cool. This guy is very lightweight, and you can really feel the cheapness when you move his legs around, like they feel like they could snap off pretty easily. The classic Galaxy Warriors accessories are done out of some really crappy plastic too, like it's that plastic that has a real bumpy quality to it. It's that crappy plastic you typically associate with, cheaper toys for younger kids. Kinda oddly, the actual End of Time The Last Battle bootleg accessories are much better as they're both made out of a rubbery plastic. So you might notice our bootleg Broccoli has the blank belt and furry boots. This Galaxy Hole mold type was most commonly used as one of the versions of Combo. And you might remember out of any of the Combo figures that this mold type had the best quality. Now the coloring on this figure is actually kind of interesting, as Broccoli Head actually has a body and legs that match his head, but then he's got brown arms. But they've also done this weird silver spray paint accenting on him. For some reason, using spray paint on End of Time The Last Battle bootlegs seemed to be fairly common. So it's kind of funny that the Broccoli Head bootleg actually stands a bit taller than his official counterpart. Bootleg Broccoli Head has kind of normal black eyes, where the real one has demonic looking red eyes, and of course he's got the rubbery head, where the bootleg has a solid plastic head. It's kind of funny that bootleg Broccoli Head has more parts of his body that match his head compared to the real one. Now, one of the funniest details on bootleg Broccoli Head compared to the real one is they've apparently decided the upper lip of his mouth was actually a mustache. So if you look nice and close at bootleg Broccoli Man's head, you'll notice that they painted around his mouth black, giving him this stupid kind of broken mustache. And you can see on official Broccoli Man that it was not painted this way. Just when you thought Broccoli Man couldn't get any cooler. So yeah, you'd better watch out. Here comes the loser broccoli brigade. And here's a sad fact, Bootleg Broccoli Man gets on the skate machine better than most of the official End of Time The Last Battle figures. The figure is very lightweight, and the limbs, particularly the legs, feel like they could break easily, much like my combo Unicorna that has the same construction. I like seeing the classic Galaxy Warriors accessories in the bright colors, but I wish they didn't kind of feel like bath toys or something like that. But then the actual End of Time The Last Battle bootleg accessories are made of a much nicer material. The painting and colors on stupid Bootleg Broccoli Head are actually pretty good, and in some ways are better than the original Sungold figure. I mean, Boot Broccoli Head has an Idiotech mustache, which automatically makes him better, right? So it's kind of a weird mix of a worse put together figure, but in some ways a better looking version of an ugly thing. 6. I mean, this is just a straight up mold copy, though they mold copied off of multiple Galaxy Hole series, so that's something. Not much, but it's something. 1. This deep into the Galaxy Hole, it's weird they were even bothering to copy these figures considering how obscure they were in the first place. It's like it was a law at this point if the figure was released with Galaxy Warriors parts, there had to be a weird offshoot of it. Because really, who wanted a Broccoli Head figure, let alone a bootleg Broccoli Head figure? These feel like they were made for no one, except to confuse people like me by their existence like 30 years later. 10. It's amazing they even bothered modifying the title. End of the Time. Like, wow, who would ever know what you did there? Very legally distinct. No confusion available. Much different. Thank you, Sandy, I guess, for giving us this, and for still existing. 6. It works okay with the Galaxy Hole. It's a bit cheapy, but we've seen worse. At least it still has all of its articulation. 7. And the bootleg zones overall is 5! This bootleg Broccoli Head has no reason to exist, but here it is. Man, you ass, give me back my skate machine. No! Well, I tried. No, you didn't, Elfman, and now you will die. You are the first victim of the Broccoli Alliance. Yeah, I always knew Broccoli Man was gonna go too far one of these days. Why don't you do something about it then, Blueface? I don't know. What the hell? End of Time The Last Battle is back. I thought we got rid of them. Let's kill them for good this time, and we'll even get the other Primus and Secundus in on it. Ah, very good, my son. Kill them. Ah! Well, look who is, still here. Actually, I was kind of hoping Broccoli Man would hang out with me. I'm so lonely. Oh, damn it. Why is Bat Hero the only thing on? Wait, what? Really?